Hello everybody, I'm Michael Godwin from General Ed, and I thought since we're still in quarantine over here and there's not much going on, and we haven't really had a chance to get back together to practice and work up on some new songs, I thought we could probably do this little kind of like rig rundown style of video where we all kind of talk about the instruments that we use whenever we go out to play shows, the tones we get, what we like about our instruments. And yeah, I'm going to start off and I'm going to introduce the guitars that I use most of the time for all the General Ed live shows. And I might also bring out some of my practice guitars that don't really get as much spotlight. But here's the first one. This is my favorite guitar I own, and it's actually a guitar I do use quite a bit on the road whenever we play shows. It's a Squier Classic Vibe Telecaster. It's like a 50 style, so yeah, I just love it. It's an awesome Telecaster. It's like I put like an awesome Pro A pickguard on it, made it look kind of cool. It sounds really good. I use it for kind of quieter songs, less rock, but yeah, when I need more clear tones, I guess. And I used it to record One Way Ticket. Also, I use it to record Just All the Time, both songs from the new EP called River Canyon. And I do pull it out sometimes during the shows, especially for songs like Wicked Woman. I pull out the slide right here. It plays really well for slide, and yeah, it's a fair guitar. I've had it for maybe like 4 or 5 years now. It's just very reliable, very simple, very well made. Actually, I love Squier Classic Vibes. They're like fantastic guitars, so yeah, that's the first one. Yeah, this is the first one, my Classic Vibe Telecaster, and yeah, this is just some tones I get. It's pretty thin, but it can pull off some pretty cool tones. That's the neck. You can get some intense tones when I use some of these overdrives for soloing. Yeah, and I can also get some good slide tones out of here. Yeah, so that's my top one.
Hey, I'm Gabriel from General Ed. These are my guitars. I'm gonna start with this one. I haven't named it yet, but it's a Les Paul, really cheap one. It's an Epiphone Les Paul. I got for my Christmas present. I messed it up a little bit, just painted it, added some little pictures all over it, a little peace sign on the back. There's a girl there. It was 2016. In 2017, I made it all fancy and fun. I didn't change the pickups or anything. Messed up tone knob over here, but still sounds good. Overall, it's just a good guitar. I play it sometimes. I mean, I don't play it all the time, but I play it for a lot of the shows recently. I've been playing a lot more. Yeah, it sounds good. But it does get out of tune a lot, though. We're at these factory machine heads, so they're not very good. But yeah, that's this one. And then next, I got probably my favorite guitar. It's my Strat. Whoa! Don't fall. There you go. My Strat. I got this for my birthday 2 years ago. It's a made in Mexico Strat before the Player Series. It was kind of old, but still sounds very good. I use this probably most of the time. Most of the recordings we use this Strat. 3 single coils. That's about it. It's just tone knob, goes all the way. I usually play bottom, but not complete. It's like in between these two pickups. Gets a well-rounded sound. Too high. attachment for that one.
Okay, this is the next one. This is my SG. It's a Epiphone SG Pro, and it's a very simple guitar. I think it looks beautiful. It kind of it plays, looks, and feels pretty similar to a Gibson, I'd say. And yeah, I got it because I love SGs. There's a bunch of my favorite guitar players play SGs, and it's a very reliable guitar too. It sounds really good. I can get some great tones out of it, and it's an awesome guitar. I use this a lot for live shows. I play it for almost any song. I think I recorded Anxious Man on this thing, and I can play it for any song. So yeah, it's a workhorse of a guitar. It's one I use a lot live. It's one of my most. It's the one that I probably like to use the most for shows. This is my Epiphone SG. It has a pretty heavy, but also it really cuts through in the mix. So yeah, I can get a very vintage tone. You can get some riffs like Anxious Man. I can also get some wah tones out of this thing. One of the songs I use the wah on a lot is Straight from Grace. So there's a little thing I do.
Yeah, that's my SG. My favorite guitar. I got this a long time ago. 2016 I got this. This is a guitar, I'm pretty sure it's a 2002 model. Very old, very messed up. Like I grew over machine heads. This one's called Sandy, colored all. It's just beautiful. The humbuckers work really nicely. Just get down a bit. Oh yeah. This is my favorite. No. I use this a lot more recently. I used it a lot on recording, specifically our first album we released. I used this pretty much almost the entire time. Anxious Man, Red Magnolia, I use it too. It's about it, but I use it a lot in like live shows. I need the humbuckers for the power. It complements, other guitars very well. That's about it.
This is my most recent guitar. I got it a few months ago, and it's this beautiful Squier Classic Vibe. It's a Starcaster. You can see it. This is a guitar I've wanted for a long time, ever since they announced that Fender reissue a few years ago. I thought it was just really cool semi-hollow guitar that you don't really see very often. And when they finally announced it with the Classic Vibe, I knew I had to eventually get my hands on it. So I'm very glad I got this. I just started using it a lot. I used it for like the past 3 or 4 shows before quarantine hit. And yeah, it's one of my favorite guitars. It sounds really good. It has a lot of attack, and it has this beautiful walnut brown finish to the back. Yeah, I've been using it recently for a lot of the shows. I played it on Red Magnolia and stuff like that. So I'll be a little bit on tune. Like for Red Magnolia, I do this little flanger effect with some delay. I get stuff like.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So that's pretty much it for the Starcaster, I guess.
This next one is a Telecaster. It's a knockoff, but I got it from my Tia Rosa and my uncle Jeff. It was just for me and my brother Michael, but Michael let me have it because he has his own Telecaster. We added this pick guard. This used to be white. I added this sticker here because I like France. Named it Lille, like the town in France, Lille, France. It's my favorite football team, as in soccer. But like, it's great. I like it. It's been really reliable. You know, this has a pretty nice body. You can tell it's fake. Like you can tell, like this is not real. I made some dents in it. I can see the wood right under it. But you know, it's all right. It still plays great. The pickups are surprisingly good, especially the neck is actually really good. Some person must have changed out these machine heads. I mean, it looks lock-in tuners. Like I don't think that just comes with this. I've seen these at AT&T. They're not. They're usually just machine head factory. But you know, it's cool. It's nice. I had people at shows scream at me, "What's that brand? What is that guitar, man?" And you know, I didn't care. I think it's great. So it sounds nice though. It has like a good ring to it. This is the neck right here. Very warm. This middle one, it's what I usually play at. It has more like the crunch to it. If I'm ever gonna solo, I usually just smash the overdrive and the neck position, or the bridge position. Yeah, I like that one a lot. But yeah, this is not one of my favorite guitars, but it's my best looking guitar, aside from the headstock, which is way different than the normal Telecaster headstock. But it's great. Obviously, I got it for free and it was really good. It didn't have a saddle bridge. You just push them right through. But you know, it still has the ashtray body, which is nice. That's about it.
Okay, this is the last of my guitars that I take out with me to all my shows with the band. And even though I did mention that the Telecaster is my favorite, this is my most prized guitar, the one that I use the most and the one that I keep the cleanest. I use this for almost every show that we play. And it's this beautiful Blueburst Epiphone Les Paul Pro. Yes, the standard Pro. And yeah, it took me forever to get my hands on one of these. And even though it's an Epiphone, very similar to the SG, it actually feels and plays very well. Sounds great. I guess from far away, it looks almost like a Gibson. And I don't really worry about that stuff. I think it's a fantastic guitar. And yeah, I use this thing on almost every song. Use it. I can play an entire show with this. You know, this guitar. It's full of great tones. And I'm very glad I have it. You'll see me with this all the time. This is my number one guitar I use on pretty much every show that we play. It's my Les Paul, my Epiphone Les Paul, in this cool Blueburst looking color. I'm gonna get a close up on that. So it plays very well. It's super smooth, very reliable guitar. I can play pretty much any song on this thing. It's very heavy. I can get some pretty crazy solo tones out of this thing. I use this thing for taking my time, and I pull it out for Wicked Woman sometimes, so I can get some of these tones. This amp is not the one I use very recently. Usually, I use that one, my 100-watt Fender Champion. But it's just the same thing before. It uses my practice amp. Over here, I got a Cranberry wah pedal. It's not the most expensive model. It's the most budget model. And then over here, I got pedal board my brother made, Michael. It's just, you know, it's all duked out. Got mostly just Behringer pedals, cheaper, but they still make some good sounds.
And I got this Donner over here. Also got from Michael. But yeah, that's a pedal board and put some sounds in. This is a overdrive. Really cranky. It works, it's a lot. It works for like most of all my solos. This is chorus. I use this every once in a while. This is depth. For the solo and Anxious Man, and sometimes I use it on other stuff just as a little addition. It sounds like reggae or something. That's the high position. If you want, you can go lower. You get a middle position. It sounds pretty cool. It just gives you like a more of an intense sound. Then you got the low one, which I never use. I seldom use this one. It's cool, it's just I don't use it very often. That's about it. Oh, I got my wah. Test out my wah, it's actually really fun. I don't use it very often, but it's fun using it. Just for air claps and stuff, for the cream stuff. That's it for my electric, to be honest.
Okay guys, now I'm gonna shift over to quickly just kind of showing what I have here for my rig. This is my amp that I use in all the shows. It's a Boss Katana 100 watt. It's a pretty small amp, but it packs a lot of punch, it has some great tones, and it's very powerful. It can go very loud too, and of course I got this thing, this skateboard kind of homemade pedal board thing I got going on over here. I made this for me, and I also made one for my brother a while back, but it's pretty simple. I don't use these pedals for much, maybe just for added effects or for a little boost for solos. So over here, we got a chromatic tuner, Boss chromatic tuner, pretty simple. And I do have, over here, I got kind of cheaper pedals, but these two are both Donner pedals. The first one is just kind of a simple blues overdrive. Use it for solos, just to get kind of more intense tones. This next one is a flanger. I use it on songs like Rain Magnolia. I might pull it out for some other stuff to make it sound cool. This one got a fuzz. Use it for extra power, for like a boost and bass if I need it. Here we got a chorus pedal. Use it for kind of softer things like Just All the Time, One Way Ticket, and I Don't Think She Knows. I use it a little bit. And over here we got my, it's a pretty awesome pedal actually. It's a delay pedal and it has like 6 or 7 built-in kind of different delays. And I do use it a little bit. So we demo this out a little bit. So over here we got this blues drive. So we can play this. Over here we got flanger. Kind of a cool sound. And I've got this fuzz. Just it's a huge boost right there. I got this chorus. Kind of cool. Just add some more depth. Here I got a pretty fast delay on right now. So yeah, I can make it a longer delay if I wanted, but that's what it is right now. So those are my pedals. I do use a wah pedal too, but I don't really need to demo that out because I think everybody knows how that sounds. But here's my pedal board. I actually put some of my favorite battle verses on there just to get me into the right mindset before every show, you know, to ease the tension, to ease the nerves, and yeah, that's my simple rig right there. So that's what you'll see on stage, on my side of the stage for all of our General Ed shows. So yep, that's it.
Hi, this is George from General Ed, and today I wanted to talk about my drum kit. And yeah, so what kind of drum kit do I have? I have a PDP Concept Birch DW, a brown finish to it. What kinds of tones do I like? I like deep, soft, like smooth sound tones. I obviously don't know how to tune my own kit, but like it's really hard to get the sound I want out of these kits. And eventually I get there. But yeah, what I like about my kit, I like the color, and that's probably my favorite thing, just the color of it.
Hey everybody, this is Anthony from General Ed, bassist for General Ed, and today we're going to be going over the gear that I've been using for the past years or so. Let's get started. This one is this is the Ampeg SVT 410 cabinet. So it's got 4 speakers. It's a really heavy cabinet. As you can see, it takes a lot of space. So you don't really see me play shows, or I don't really bring this with me because it's not difficult, but it'll be a problem to take this with me on a practice or a show because it's not as maneuverable as this one right here. But with the help of wheels and handles, we can get through this. This next one right here, this little thing is the Fender Rumble 500 amplifier head. So this is an exact replica of the EQs here on this Fender Rumble 500 amp. And because of this amp that I wanted to get this head for the Ampeg cabinet. So I made this bass sound like this bass, or this bass sound. You get the idea. Moving on, this is what I call Joy because I got this one for Christmas. So, but this is technically a Flea bass because the basses for the Red Hot Chili Peppers Flea, he made a line of basses in 2017, 2018, and so I made this into a jazz bass because it's based off the 1961 or 69 jazz bass. You can look it up. So I just put flat wounds on here, and the pickups and everything else was already mellow, pretty warm. It's a really warm bass, and that's what gives it that really bluesy sound that every bassist is after. So it's really good. Never go wrong with that one. So over here is my usual setup, except for this little crybaby wah pedal. I don't really use that. I haven't had a need yet. I recorded the hit, not our hit, but I recorded our single Random Magnolia with this one right here, and so I brought these two in the studio. But this right here is the Fender Rumble 500 amplifier cabinet, 2x10, so it's got 2 speakers, so it's not as loud or strong as the the Ampeg SVT 410 amp. It's 4 speakers, 2 speakers. But because it's really easy, it's not as big or it's not as large as this Ampeg, I can bring this, anywhere I want. You usually see me with this one. So, and the EQs, same as this one. They sound really smooth. I always like the sound of this amplifier. It really brings it home. Moving on to the basses. This is a Fender Jaguar bass. It's really strong sounding bass. Very aggressive pickups. So it's got that growl, it's got that punch that if you were looking for a punk or a hard rock attitude, or even blues maybe, this is the one I usually go to. It's my go-to bass for most of the time. I've had this one for about 3 years. I'd say 3 years. The one behind it, this is an oldie but a goodie. My second bass, because that's my first bass I practice with here and there. But this is the second one that I've got. I think it was 4 years ago. This is an Epiphone Thunderbird Pro. So it's distinguished from the Firebird, which is the guitar make that Epiphone made. This is a bass make, the Thunderbird make. I didn't touch this one for years because there was problems with the wiring down here in the knobs, so it wasn't working correctly, and it's always been a problematic bass for me. But over the summer, recently, I finally got to it. We worked on it, and the wiring's back where it should be. But I mistakenly got hybrid strings, which are flatline and round ones at the same time. So it doesn't have the growl that I anticipated for it to have, but that's no big deal. So I've been bringing this one on the shows recently, and honestly it sounds good. But this one I recorded One Way Ticket with in the studio with the band, and it did the job. I'm really happy with the gear that I have here, and it's really it's really helped me establish being a bluesman or a blues bassist. So yeah, and then that's it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you back on the shows after this whole quarantine's over.